And you're a writer, so you understand this. Isn't it fun making villains?
Yes.
It's so much
Yeah.
fun. And you kind of love to hate them, but you don't want to glorify like,
Yeah.
if they're really rich or anything like that. You don't kind of want to glorify how they got rich, but
Yeah.
at the same time you can have fun with just how evil they are.
Yeah.
You know,
That
I mean,
that's what I like to hear because I have this real ick about where people like especially in movie and TV shows, they try and get you to sympathize for the villain and like, oh, he had a bad childhood or oh, he got this and this. Why can't a villain just be evil for wanting to be
yeah,
evil? You know what I mean? Like, why does there have to be, like, because as I say, they always say, and I watch a lot of true crime documentaries, and they're like, "Oh, he
yeah,
was bullied as a kid, and he was abused by his parents." There are a lot of people out there who were bullied as a kid and abused by their parents. They turned out fine. Why are you trying to garner sympathy for someone who's just evil? And
Mm.
I like a villain who's just evil for being evil. You know what I mean? There's no hidden agenda. There's no, "Oh, I was doing this to save, whatever." Just be evil for being evil.
well, this individual enjoys being evil,
Good. That's the
and
kind of villain that I
is just unrepentant about it, and then is just trying to get more polished and better at it.
good.
And
Yeah.
there is, but it is kind of, I had a lot of fun in book two because, as we all were raised up to believe, there are consequences for taking the wrong path.
Mhm.
Maybe not just in this life, but perhaps even in the afterlife.
Yeah.
So, yes, my name's Dante. My last name is not Illigary, but I sort of, thought about like, you know, what is hell like? You know, Mr. Illigary just sort of gave us all a portrait he did in when he wrote Dante's Inferno, um, the Inferno actually. But he gave us a portrait of hell that, we all can sort of recite from memory. Lots of fire,
Mm.
lots of misery, this and that, and the other thing. But what I like to think is that, everyone says that God knows you since before you were born. And he knows every thought in your head. Like for instance, if you did something and you did it with a bad spirit, he knows that. If you cheated, if you lied, he knows that. But I like to think that the devil also knows you very intimately.
Mm.
And he knows that the last person you would ever want to spend eternity with in a very, very small cell, he knows who that is, you know. And perhaps if you go south, as I'd like to say, and for your afterlife, for your eternity, perhaps you're going to spend eternity in a very small cell with the one person you most despise. And guess what's on the menu every day? It's going to be the one food that you couldn't stand, that you couldn't even
Yeah.
be in the room with and
Yeah.
stuff. So I had I had a lot of fun with eternity and where bad folks go. And I guess the moral of the story is if you really don't want to eat a salty chipped ham sandwich, so salty that it's crunchy for every meal for eternity, behave.
Yeah.